You're listening to Otto's Powerhouse.
Motherfuckers and motherfuckerettes, welcome to another episode of the Powerhouse. Your host, Pato Morningstar, and I am happy that you motherfuckers and motherfuckerettes are here with me today. Because, you know, it's a beautiful day. Where I'm at, it rained. It rarely rains, so we're enjoying every little bit of it. I know some of y'all are in rainy places where you're like, oh, we're fucking sick of the rain. Come on, we want to see some sunshine. But, you know, every place is different. But right now, what I'm saying is we're alive. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful day. And the last 48 hours have been crazy. You know what I'm talking about. The slap, heard, and seen around the world. Now, most are just saying the slap heard around the world, but I'm saying seen because of all the crazy fucked up memes that have popped up. It's fucking crazy. I mean, and if you don't know what I'm talking about right now, I guess you are living under a rock. Whoa. And yes, I am talking about Will Smith and Chris Rock. What I'm saying, if I'm saying anything, is that, you know, if I didn't watch the Oscars because apparently nobody gives a fuck about them that much anymore. So that's why a lot of people are also saying that this could have been a promotional stunt. So there's that conspiracy theory there. But what had happened was, I guess Chris Rock was hosting some part of the Oscars and cracked a joke at Jada's expense. And Will Smith went up there and slapped the shit out of him. So, yeah, the internet's going crazy with all the fucking memes, and to the point where I think some people have been distracted away from the fact that there's a war in Ukraine and all the other fucked up shit that we're going through. But what I'm saying is that it's crazy because, I mean, it's just one of them fucked up things, you know. Now, I don't know how close of a relationship Will Smith and Chris Rock have. I mean, because, you know, he cracked the joke and he seemed legitimately shocked when Will Smith went up there and slapped the shit out of him. In fact, even Will Smith was fucking laughing at first, you know. I guess Jada rolled his eyes and then all of a sudden it's like, oh shit, I better get up there and do something. And went up there and smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. But, I mean, I don't know how close of a relationship, if he's aware of the condition that Jada has, you know. I mean, up until 48 hours, I had no idea what the fuck alopecia was. I mean, I just found out that it's some kind of very painful disease that your hair falls off. And, I mean, besides, all I know is that it's a condition that, well, I mean, if he was aware of it, you could say it was insensitive of Chris Rock to make fun of that. Or even bring her up. But then again, Will Smith's reaction, I mean, come on, what the fuck, man? The thing is that people like me that have grown up watching both of these guys, I mean, we've kind of placed them in a place where we forget that they're human and that they could at any moment have, you know, a reaction like the one Will Smith did. I mean, you know, it's understandable. You know, diss my wife, I'm gonna go smack the shit out of you. But then again, we work in showbiz, I mean, and we're both kind of in the same line of work because Will Smith is kind of like the comedy rapper, comedy actor / action hero. I mean, he's made part of how they make a living is cracking fun at other people's expenses. So that I found that kind of a little weird, but it is what it is. I mean, it happened. It's all over the internet. It sucks. Like I said, big ups to Chris Rock for handling the way he did, though. I gotta admit, though, if that happens to me at work, you know, workplace violence, somebody lays hands on me, motherfucker, we're gonna end up in HR or probably worse, in jail, because it's going down, motherfucker. That's what I'm saying. But another thing that, you know, like I said, well, so I gotta admit, the way Chris Rock handled it, it's very professional, cool, calm, collective. I don't think many of us can handle that type of situation the way he did. And the Academy Awards, you know, nobody seems to give a fuck about it. And probably the reason because of the shit y'all motherfuckers do. I mean, like, in all reality, I like Will Smith, and probably, I believe he deserves the Oscars. He's a good actor. He deserves them, but workplace violence. I mean, what he did right there. I mean, technically, that should have disqualified him from any award. He should not have received the awards, not because he doesn't deserve it, but because of his actions at that moment right there. I mean, I'm not passing judgment on him. I'm just saying that normally at work, I mean, if you were to do that and you were up for a promotion, chances are you just fucking slapped away that fucking promotion. I'm just saying, But that's just my take. Anyway, enough of that shit, because I'm pretty sure you're sick of it, because like I said, it's only been less than 48 hours, and it's all over the fucking internet. I was saying that one motherfucker did the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme, changed the words, it's funny as fuck, and you're probably going to get slapped if Will catches up with you. I'm just saying. I'm just kidding, Anyway, alright, so getting off that subject, I guess it's kind of cool to get off that to get a break from all the war news and all this stuff. But at the same time, not like this. Come on. This type of shit shouldn't have happened. But, all right, I'm going to move on to other things, because, we have to live. We have to try to make the best of what we have. And recently, I came across this other podcast, because I like to listen to other podcasters, not just the Rogans, the Fat Man Beyonds, and the Mark Marons, what I would say the superstar podcasters, the ones that make a living out of this. I'm talking about the people like me, the ones that have to do it whenever we can because we work. Some of us work 2 jobs and have no time to live. And sometimes I'm coming to that realization right now where I don't have time to live and I need to make time for living because life is passing me by. But like I said, podcasting is one of the things that I enjoy doing and I don't get paid for doing it. It's something that I do for the fun of it. And like I said, I came across this other podcaster, it's a small podcast like mine. She's not a celebrity yet. She could be, like I said. So anyway, like I said, I found this podcast called Loner. The host name is Alicia. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. And anyway, what I'm saying is I came across it on Twitter, and then I looked it up, and I landed not on the first episode. I landed on one episode where she's talking about 50 useless facts, and that was hilarious. I mean, I've been hooked ever since. Like Netflix, you binge watch some stuff. I've been binge listening to this podcast. Now, the first one I heard, though, the useless facts, that was kind of funny to me because it reminded me of my childhood, when I was in grade school, because I believe number 37, which I'm not going to tell you what it is, you should go listen to the Loner podcast, which you can listen to it on Anchor, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts, I guess. But number 37, when I was in grade school, elementary, I used to make bets like, I bet you can't. Number 37, I bet you $1. I mean, I won a lot of bets like that. Not all the kids paid up. So if you're listening, motherfucker, and you owe me money, pay up, because you number 37, you can't do it. Anyway, all I'm saying, if I'm saying anything. So anyway, yeah, big ups to that podcast, big shout out. And I don't know, maybe one of these days we can have her on Pato's Powerhouse or NWA or even Cursory Overload. That would be interesting though. But anyway, what I'm saying, if I'm saying anything, it's kind of cool, when you come across other podcasters like yourself, because it reminds you of when. It reminds me, we started almost 4 years ago, over 4 years ago. My God, December is going to be 5 years for us. And when I started doing this, I mean, it's crazy because we all have different reasons for podcasting. My friend K-Dog was always talking about podcasts from the get-go, from 2009, 2010, 2011. He was just like, we should make a podcast and blah, blah, blah. And of course, back then, the technology wasn't as available as it is now. So, of course, a lot of us were like, yeah, sounds cool, but we didn't know shit about it. In reality, we were intimidated by the technology. Because, I mean, in our reality, I thought you needed to be some type of hacker, like a Mr. Robot type shit hacker in order to make that possible. So, what I'm saying, if I'm saying anything, fast forward to 2017, the technology becomes easier. And I was going through something really hurtful. I had lost my father. So I was in a very dark place. My father was in a tragic accident in September of 2017. So So I was in a very dark place, and here comes K-Dog again talking about his podcast, and I got this podcast idea, man, cursory overload, we should do it, and blah, blah, blah. And I guess as something to deal with my grief, I guess, I started doing this. Originally, I was only gonna write material and help him produce the podcast. He was gonna be the podcaster, kind of like I'm doing here in the Powerhouse. But I guess fate would have it a different way. We started doing this. I became co-host, and I got hooked. And next thing you know, 4 years went by. And I remember the first episode I ever recorded in a podcast wasn't even cursory overload. I was testing out this Spreaker app, which they don't pay me. I'm just going to tell you it's easy to use, but I was using Spreaker and I was testing it out, and I created something called Pato the Ghostwriter Show. And the ghostwriter, because I was going to be ghostwriting material for K-Dog, because I wasn't going to be behind the mics, because I was still, a little uneasy about the podcasting. A lot of it had to do with we'll go into details about why I was trying not to be behind the microphones. But the thing is, I got behind the microphones, I got hooked, it was fun. So yeah, I started out as Pato the Ghostwriter, and then somewhere along the lines I became Pato Morningstar. I guess I just discovered who and what I am, and I'm cool with it, so whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I found myself, I found my purpose. Wink, wink. Anyway, what I'm saying, if I'm saying anything, you motherfuckers and motherfuckerettes, have a good day. Whatever it is today, enjoy life. Do what you can. I'm going to start trying, or something like that. But I'm going to try to live a little bit more too, because I do spend a lot of time at work. I mean, I need the money, don't get me wrong, but it is what it is. You guys have a wonderful day, whatever it is today, and thank you for listening.
Pato's Powerhouse has been a Podcast Shack production.